How about a couple teams coming off really good years? Iowa and Nebraska, they met up in the Sweet 16 with the Hawks getting the win. Let's look at the Huskers here first. This is not technically a protected rivalry, but these two will meet twice for the second straight year. They split the regular season meetings last year. Already mentioned they have Michigan State twice. Penn State is their other two play. Huskers get Michigan at home. They will go to Illinois. Remember, they won in Champaign this past season. As for Iowa, they're coming off an Elite Eight appearance, year one under Ben McCollum. Wisconsin is their other two play in addition to the Huskers and the Buckeyes. They have both Illinois and Michigan on the road. They also take that L.A. West Coast swing. Indiana and Michigan State among the marquee home games for them. So let's talk through these two teams. Start with the Hawkeyes, the post-Bennett Sturtz era. Man, there's a lot to be excited about after an incredible first year for McCollum.
Yeah, getting to the Elite Eight. You know, what I've found in this offseason in discussing schedules, at least even in non-conference games, people don't want to play Iowa. They do not want to deal with Ben McCollum, the way he preps, and this team. And Ben McCollum obviously just getting an extension, so he will be there for the long term. But this is a brutal slate for a team that's going to have to retool. There's no question this is a really tough road schedule for the Hawkeyes. And think about this with Ben McCollum and Bennett Sturtz. They've been joined at the hip from Northwest Missouri to Drake to Iowa. I mean, this will be difficult for him to have a team that does not have Bennett Sturtz, who, by the way, is also at the Combine, too. So, I mean, this will be interesting to see how he handles this.
Alvaro Folgueras moving on in the portal as well. I mean, it's fair to point out that Ben McCollum had a ton of success before Bennett Sturtz, and he has a knack for finding a really good point guard. But it's also fair to point out Bennett Sturtz was unbelievable. It's an amazing story, and we'll talk a little bit more about him as we get into the Combine guys. But, I mean, to go from Division II to probably being a mid-first-round pick in the NBA speaks volumes about him and about the development under McCollum. What about the Huskers? Very highly thought of coming off their Sweet 16 appearance. What do you make of Fred Hoiberg's crew?
Well, outside of Berke Buchtenschel, they retained who they had to retain, led by Price Sanford, who I think goes into the season arguably, you know, he's going to be a first-team All-Big Ten preseason. I think he's going to be in contention for Big Ten Player of the Year, and he had that kind of impact. But I love their schedule for a team that's going to be, again, kind of a veteran squad in the league. And as we tier the Big Ten, I think they're in that top group, you know, of contenders. And to get Indiana, Michigan, Ohio State, and the LA schools at home, that's advantageous for the Huskers, in addition to Michigan State and Iowa, because they'll play them twice. You
mentioned having Price Sanford back. They have Braden Frager back as well. And then don't forget Connor Essegian, who sat out this year with an injury. He'll be coming back, a really good outside shooter, so that will help Fred Hoiberg considerably. Another team that made a deep tourney run, the Purdue Boilermakers. Remember, they were in the Elite Eight this past year. They are locked in with Indiana. That's a two-play every year. We'll also see Illinois coming up twice this year. Very compelling rivalry through the years. Rutgers is their other two-play. They get Iowa and Nebraska at Mackey. They go to Michigan and Michigan State. And this is going to be a fascinating team. I mean, there are very few teams in the country. We talked about the lack of seniors who had stayed at one place for 4 years. Purdue lost 3 of them, and not just 3 seniors, but 3 mainstays, historically good players, obviously led by Braden Smith, but you have Trey Kaufman-Rand, Fletcher Lawyer. So it's going to be fascinating to see how they move on, but they also actually have quite a bit back.
Yeah, no, I spoke with Matt Painter yesterday at the Combine. I mean, he's really excited about this group. It's sort of a fresh start for everyone, even though he has a lot of retention. They did pick up one major piece, Caden Pierce, who didn't play this past season at Princeton, but high basketball IQ, no shocker there. But they feel like he's going to have an immediate impact. Omer Meyer, they think, is going to really step into that role where Braden Smith was in terms of a scoring playmaker. Daniel Jacobson, they hope, becomes stronger. CJ Cox, I think, will elevate even more. So the pieces are there for Purdue to be yet again a contender with, I think, a really good schedule for them at Mackey. And they're going to have a great non-conference schedule as well.
And Caden Pierce, really interesting situation. As I said, he basically opted out of that last year because he wanted to take advantage of the opportunities of NIL, and so he'll get a chance to do that, but spent a lot of time evaluating where he wanted to play during the course of this year before choosing Purdue. It's a huge get for them. As for the Boilermakers' arch rivals, Indiana seen as one of the big portal winners, not just in the Big Ten, but nationally. In addition to seeing the Boilers twice, they will play Northwestern and Maryland, both home and on the road. They've struggled mightily with the Cats in recent years. Illinois, Michigan, and Michigan State all travel to Simon Skjodt Assembly Hall. Year 2 here for Darren DeVries. What do you think?
I think it's a great schedule. I think Indiana fans should be thrilled because they've got a team that I think everyone's going to be very excited about. Obviously, Indiana, basically said, we're going to go all in on this portal this year. They're going to fund it. They're going to go after a number of significant players. And I feel like you said, they are ranked as one of the best portal winners in the country. And so the schedule, I think, benefits for them. Look, they have been one of these schools the last couple of years that has been on that bubble in the old format. I don't think they're going to have to sweat it, but the expansion of 76, Indiana's going to, I'm going to say it right now, they're going to be in. I would be shocked if they don't make it with the 8 additional teams. But I think that this is a team that can play this schedule very well.
Would have made it in a 76-team world this past year. And it's interesting. Darren DeVries said he learned a lot of lessons here in this first year being in the Big Ten. I think one of them is needed more size in the front court, need to be more physical. What they got in the portal would seem to reflect that as, again, they feel like they did really well.